First sermon of the year. Sermon that needs all the hope of a New Year's resolution without the fear of failure. Failure is impossible, said Susan B. Anthony. So hold on for that for a couple of minutes or for a year. My friend Gail fell in with some peace activists way back when we were young women trying to find our way and trying to help to make the world a better place. Every time she returns home, we live across the hall from each other, I notice that she is down in the dumps. What's going on with the new friends? I inquire. They're so intense, she says. Week after week, she tells me story after story, and finally we realize they're not so much intense as they are so much a drag. What the heck? Emma Goldman's memoirs sit on a bookshelf right above us and whisper the radical's wisdom, because Gail and I want to dance at the revolution. And years later, a wise woman looks into Gail's face and whispers to her, "It is okay to be ecstatic." Gail is, after all, a lover of life, and after all, lovers of life are the most effective changers of the world. You lose your love of life, what are you marching for? You lose your love of life, and you're just another grouch marching for justice. I know, we are told otherwise. We are told that if we are not angry, we're not paying attention. Right? You've all seen the bumper sticker. I know that you are all paying attention. So strike up the band, friends. Take a moment now, really, take a moment now and imagine the long parade of current injustices moving through your mind. You are paying attention, and you are likely angry. But we must resolve to use anger effectively, to pull it out of our pockets when it will do the world most good. And our anger does the world most good when it is generously tempered with joy. Here's a slight recast of Psalm 100 for you. Make a joyful noise to the Spirit of life, all the earth. Serve with gladness. Come into the mystery's presence with singing. This wisdom is ancient from the Hebrew Scriptures, ancient, and it is there for us for the taking. Serve with gladness. So let's go back to the grandstand for a moment, to that injustice parade. Those who are socially and religiously liberal have a hard road ahead with the election of a very conservative Congress. Leaders of causes of great import, immigration, peace, racial equality, gender equality, marriage equality, the environment, health care, reproductive health care, gun control, LGBTQ lives, eradicating poverty, and I'm sure that I have left out something very important. All of these leaders are sounding the warning bell. We must be organized to simply hold our ground, much less to see increased progress in the years to come. There is a great deal at stake. So we can't allow ourselves to be discouraged, hopeless, apathetic, overwhelmed. These are against our religion. You are joyfully called to worship. Go in peace and return again with great joy. Do these sound familiar to you? You are joyfully called to worship. Go in peace. Return again with great joy. We take joy very seriously around here. For we are in the business of keeping hope alive. hope for our own lives, and hope for the world that we love. A robust hope capable of standing before all the injustices just named. And so it was when Frida Berrigan was growing up in an intentional Christian community, Jonah House, in Baltimore, Maryland. It was while reading Frida's new book, It Runs in the Family on Being Raised by Radicals and Growing into Rebellious Motherhood, the best title of all time, that I learned the phrase moral cheerfulness. Moral cheerfulness. In spite of everything, her parents, activists Liz McAllister and Philip Berrigan, held on to joy, to what Frida names as moral cheerfulness. And we may ask why or how, and Frida explains. Because they saw themselves as part of the dynamic that is trying to change the world. That's what it took. That's all. There's no great mystery here, no deep existential, philosophical, brain-busting tone to consider. At the start of this new year, see yourself as part of the dynamic that is trying to change the world. Or in other words, be the change. Gandhi said, right? Be the beatific face at the spinning wheel, glowing with goodwill and moral cheerfulness. Come to know yourself as part of the dynamic that is trying to change the world. So that may sound complicated to you, right? Change the world. What are you doing today? I'm changing the world, right? It may sound complicated and crazy, but let's distill it down to the basics. Actually, we'll have Frida distill it for us. How do you change the world? What does it look like to be a cheerfully moral person experiencing life as part of the dynamic that seeks to change the world? This is how Frida does it. Potluck dinners, composting, knowing her neighbors, belonging to her community garden and the food co-op, looking after other people's children, joyfully embracing chores and family work, pitching in with food and time when a neighbor is in need, advocating for peace and justice, being an enthusiastic member of this faith community, greeting people by name. This is what it means to be the change, to be morally cheerful, to be part of the dynamic. It means you show up. It means you show up. It means you show up for others. It means you show up for justice and care and equity with compassion in the larger world. It means you show up for your own life. You are joyful, though you have considered all the facts. And now a word from the Pope. So this is an aside. What a joy it is to speak those words from this pulpit. Pope Francis is enough to give me hope to last the whole year through, honestly. And I am not the only soul in the room, apparently, who feels this way. Judy Gahan posted on Facebook the pontiff's suggested New Year's resolutions. Karen Mengiacotti posted late-breaking, groundbreaking news from the Vatican yesterday. And Nancy Parent posted the Pope's 10 tips for a happier life, and that is what I'm going to share with you this morning. I'm sharing an abbreviated version. The full version will be in the manuscript of this sermon, but for now, short little peek into these 10 tips. So number 1, live and let live. Number 2, be giving of yourself to others. Number 3, proceed calmly. Isn't that good? Proceed calmly. 4, cultivate a healthy sense of leisure. The Pope said, consumerism has brought us anxiety. that it has, right? Consumerism has brought us anxiety. And he told parents to set aside time to play with their children and turn off the TV when you sit down to eat a meal. That's something we all can do, right? Children are no in the house. 5, Sundays should be holidays. Keep the Sabbath. 6, find innovative ways to create dignified jobs for young people. 7, respect and take care of nature. He went on, environmental degradation is one of the biggest challenges we have. He said, I think a question that we are not asking ourselves is, isn't humanity committing suicide with its indiscriminate and tyrannical use of nature? Go Pope Francis, right? 8, stop being negative. 9, don't proselytize. Respect others' beliefs. He's talking about religious proselytizing. 10, and finally, work for peace. He said we are living in a time of many wars, and the call for peace must be shouted. Sometimes peace gives the impression of being quiet, but it is never quiet. Peace is always proactive, he said, and dynamic. Peace is never quiet, it is always proactive and dynamic. Amazing, right? These are simple, again, dare I say it, but they are simple precepts. A good way to begin a new year, one that promises to be challenging to lovers of life, lovers of peace, and lovers of change, as we all are. Because there will be change this year. That is the one thing that we can count on, right? There is always change every year. We can always count on it. But also, we can be assured that in this new year, love will be strong, growing and growing all the days long. There will be goodness, there will be grace, there will be light in every dark place. The sky will still be there. Stars will still shine. Birds will fly over us, and church bells will chime. Be of good cheer, friends. For we have light to shine. I said this on Christmas Eve. We have light to shine. We have work to do. Peace and justice await our assistance. They are created only with our dynamic and joyful witness. In this new year, be joyful, although you have considered all the facts. For failure is not possible. Amen.